Welcome to the Cloud Softphone web portal tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll go through the steps of creating your own Cloud Softphone application. Once you've registered and logged in, just click on Create New Application to get started. The first thing you need to do is select which type of application you want to use. The Outgoing Calls Only option is just like it says, for outgoing calls only. The benefit of this option is that it has only a low monthly fee regardless of how many users you have. The full featured selection gives you access to incoming calls and all the features available, including push notifications, video calls, and business features like transfers and conferencing. This option has a low fee and total cost is based on the amount of users. Enterprise. This option is identical to full featured, but there is only one flat fee, regardless of the amount of users. This option will be best for large VoIP providers and businesses with PBXs that expect to have thousands of users. If you expect to have more than 10,000 users, this will be the best choice for you. For this tutorial, we'll select the full featured version. The application code will be the code the user will enter in the Cloud Softphone for your app. The name and description will be for your references only. You can create multiple applications with your account, so this can help you differentiate between them. Now tap on Create Application. Now you'll need to customize your app. All sections need to be completed before you can submit the application for review. We'll start with features. From here, you'll decide what features your application will have. Some are free, but some will cost either for setup, per month, or per user. So be sure to read the pricing information for the features you want. Most of the features are self-explanatory, but it should be noted that though you will not be charged for adding the G729 codec, the user will need to purchase the G729 add-on to use it. This page will also be used to set the template for the user-entered data. You can select a very basic template that just includes the basic user details, or a more advanced template that will give users access to adjust less common settings. You can also use auto-provisioning. A predefined provisioning URL will be called with the code entered during the lock-in. It will then use received values to pre-fill username and password and automatically save, so users don't need to know their SIP credentials and they don't need to type anything else. An embedded QR scanner can be used to enter the provisioning code. This is also the page where you enter the expected number of monthly users. We offer a 50% discount on reserved users. You'll be charged for these users regardless of the total number of monthly users, but you only pay half price for them. So you want this to be as close as possible to the actual number of users without going over. This is a great offer, especially if you have a steady base of users. Once you are done, tap on Submit Cart. Now that we have completed the Features section, we'll move on to the provisioning options. The provisioning section contains the settings for your app. Most of these are self-explanatory, like the features, but for the codecs, they can be prioritized as well as enabled or disabled. When you are done, click on Save. Next is the design theme. The customization for the design theme can be very basic, but it can also be extremely customized. You must at least add a logo, which must be 600 by 180 and will be displayed on various pages inside the Cloud Softphone. For basic customization, we have the logo image, background color, background image, and number text color. I'll just add a background image. We also have some options for more detailed customization. You can also create your own About page and iPhone 5 customization. Please read the Items Explorer for each option you add or change. Once you're finished, you want to save and switch to the Android theme. Like the iPhone, Android will require at least the logo. For basic customization, we have background color, tint color, number text color, tab text color, background image, and logo image. If you want to do more advanced customization, you should create multiple images for devices with different pixel density. When you're done, you want to save, then exit the editor. Finally, we'll need 2 test accounts for testing. The app must be tested by one of our representatives before it is approved. Enter the account details here, as well as any notes you may have for the person who will be testing the accounts. Please note, if you support incoming calls, we need to be able to at least call between accounts in order to complete testing. Now that you've completed your application, you're ready to submit it for review. But a few notes first. You can use a QR code for easy mobile device provisioning. The code here contains your app's cloud code, but it's possible to create custom codes which also contain username or even username and password. Such codes can be used for one-touch provisioning. Codes marked by the red example stamp, like you see here, are generated for non-approved apps. Do not distribute these codes to your customers. Cloud Softphone provisioned by these codes is restricted to 10-second call duration. They are intended for your testing only. You can test the settings and theme yourself before submitting your app for review. Just download the Cloud Softphone app free from the App Store and scan this QR code to test your app. The only restriction is the 10-second call duration. Next, once the app is approved and released, it's locked for editing. To make any changes, you need to create a copy of the live app, make changes to it, and when done, submit the app for review. Once it's approved, it replaces the previous live version. You can have access to a maximum of 2 versions at a time, One is the live one, which your customers can use. One is the working copy, which is either editable or it's waiting for review and approval. You can also add any comments you have for us at the bottom. Now, just submit for review. Once it is tested and approved, it will be changed to waiting for payment and you'll receive an invoice. Once we receive payment, it will go live on the respective app stores and you can start using your application. Finally, we'll show you how easy it will be for the user to set up. They'll simply download the Cloud Softphone app from the App Store. When they open it, there are a couple ways to activate. If you opt to use the QR code that contains all the user's details, the user can simply tap on Scan QR Code, put it up to the QR code you provide for them, and everything will be done automatically. They'll be able to start making calls with no further steps. Otherwise, there are two other options. First, they can enter the code you set for your app where it says Cloud ID. Then tap on Sign In. The app will download, but they'll then be prompted to enter their username and password. Tap Done, then Save, Settings, then Done, and they're ready to start making calls. The second option is even easier. When they open the app, for Cloud ID, they will enter their username at your app code. Then their password. Tap Sign In. The app will be downloaded. Their account will be added. And they're ready to start making calls. Thank you for watching, and we hope you and your customers enjoy using Cloud Softphone.